Hi guys, welcome back to this weekly outlook. Let's get started. So, first of all, let's start with euro pairs. As you can see, euro UD it was called out to trade on Monday, weekly outlook, where I was looking for a retest on this zone for a potential setup to go long. Price from here made a clean break, slower retracement, and it pulled back on our key zone, confirming our trade with a bullish engulfing candle, as you can see here. So yeah, this was a very successful trade, as price, after rejecting, immediately continued higher on the bullish side. Euro NZD, we have a potential trade to go long, lower time frame on the H1. We have a clear bullish structure where market is making higher highs and higher lows. We had this most recent level here, broken with fast candles, which is a good signal. I always look for fast candles on the break and a slow retracement on the retest. So in this case, we do have the clean break. If we have a slow retest on the zone, then I'll be looking for a trade to go long on this pair. So whenever price pulls back to my zone and rejects with a bullish engulfing candle, there will be an entry indication to go long. And of course, here we also have an additional confluence, which is the 61.8 fib, which increases the probability of this trade working out. USGD, there's not much to explain. This was explained in the last weekly outlook. You can check the recording. But yeah, pretty much just continuing higher, even if slowly. So very close to target. Euro USD, we finally broke out of this high here. So price is confirming the uptrend uh, with higher highs and higher lows. I'm looking for a potential re-entry area on this, let's say, inverse head and shoulders, where we have this, you can see clearly on the H1, this left shoulder sort of head where we retested on the level. And we have this neckline here, this level here, where price could retest. If price manages to retest on this level and rejects the area, then I'll be looking for a trade to go long as a continuation on this uptrend on your USD. So I'm only waiting for this pullback and a potential trade here to go long. Moving on to GBP/CHF, we have yeah, still the same scenario as Monday, where price rejected on this key level. We had this level here pretty clearly on the daily. You can see it better. We had a clean break of the zone with fast candles, bearish candles, a slower retest, and multiple entry indication to go short, mainly bearish engulfing candles on lower time frames. Overall, multiple rejections on this level here. The price didn't manage to break. Again, this was explained in the last weekly outlook. GBP JPY, we have yeah, this was a stop loss. I got stopped out here, which is okay. Honestly, now price is kind of ranging, kind of sideways. We'll see if price goes on a much clearer trend next week. At the moment, it's just sideways, so I wouldn't really call a trade. GBP and SD, this is still pretty much the same as last weekly outlook, except that price retraced after this last push to the downside. I don't really care because I already took partials on this level, and I'm just having a stop loss to break even. USD CAD, this is a potential inverse head and shoulders on the H4 time frame. We have a sort of left shoulder head and a potential right shoulder for a trade to go long from here to potentially go higher. USDCHF, this is a very high probability trade. Um, Although this, yeah, I'm bearish on USDCHF, so I'm waiting for this move to go lower after price tested this level here. So now price is making lower lows and lower highs, clearly displaying a bearish pattern, bearish trend. We didn't manage to test this zone where I was looking for a trade to go short. Instead, price just continued dropping, and yeah, we had the most recent break, which is this one here, and the most recent key level, which is this one here. So I'm just looking for price to retrace back on this level, and it already rejected. So this classifies as a valid trade. We have 61.8 fib. So if market doesn't have big gaps, which is a little bit unlikely because of the whole war situation, we might see um, some big gaps at market open on Sunday, Monday. So you want to be careful here. If price doesn't do any major gap, I'll be looking for a trade to go short here. So I'll most definitely enter this trade with a stop loss above this high here and targeting the oops, yeah, stop loss above this high and targeting around here, this low, if not even here. I'll just wait for market open. USD JPY. This is a very lower time frame trade on the M15 or even M30. As you can see, we have a clear uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. This was the most recent key level. We have a 61.8 fib. So we have multiple entry indications. If price comes back and rejects the area, then I'll be looking for a trade to go long. UDCHF, we don't really have any trade in this one. Um, I mean, this was a swing trade. I was looking for price to retest this level to look for trades to go short. Price has now been forming a new downtrend. So it's probably a missed setup here as prices continue downwards. If it comes back and retests, it will be a potential trade scenario to go short. But considering this is quite a lot of pips, it's very unlikely that we have this kind of trade anytime soon at the moment. UD NZD, we don't really have any trade. NZD CHF, this after stopping out this position is forming a bearish structure. One could have found an entry back here, I would say, after making this lower low, making lower low, this would be the lower high. So you could have found an entry still on this level after rejection with the bearish engulfing candle. This would have been a nice entry to go short. I just didn't enter. Yeah, that's pretty much all the pairs. Yeah, also have oil, uh, was a trade. This was shared on live session as well. It was shared while on Monday. After it was during this candle closure, where I said that I will go long on US oil, and ended up very nicely where price continued higher, making um, continuing the bullish trend. So after Trump attack, that's a very high chance that oil will gap higher the beginning of next week. So we'll see. At the moment, I'm just staying away. Um, yeah, really, I just want to see how market opens on Sunday, as we might have some volatility um, or some big gaps. But besides that, all the setups I shared are all valid. Gold as well. We had this sort of breaker retest re-entry here. It makes very sense if price makes a new high from here. We had a break, retracement back. There's a very high chance that price will make a new leg up and maybe make a new all-time high very soon on gold. So yeah, that's pretty much all the setups I wanted to share, guys. Yeah, if you have any question, feel free to ask. Uh, I can reply to your
Uh,
question.
Andre,
Yo,
good evening.
good evening.
Please, can you go over to NZDJPY, please?
Sure. Yeah, NZD, JPY. Yeah, on NZD, JPY, I was looking for this swing trade, where price didn't retrace. So we had this sort of left shoulder area, here. Price forming this low and this key level here. But price didn't manage to retest, so it went very close to retest the level, and yeah, very close, and then continue higher. So now price is on a very slow uptrend. So I will say that on the entity JPY, price is on a very very slow uptrend. So I will advise looking for trades to go long. At the moment, I don't really see a trade in this one, except maybe for this rejection on this level. So a trade starting from this bullish engulfing candle could be a potential idea. Um, but I wouldn't really risk it because I don't really see a very promising setup. It's not really high probability. It's just break, slow pullback, and potentially slow momentum higher. So at the moment, yeah, I'm definitely bullish, uh, but it's a slow trend. So at the moment, I'm not really entering. But I do see and the TJPY as being having bullish potential soon, even though I'm not really taking any trade on it.
Okay, but aren't you considering the level above there? Because like that's sort of a very
Yeah,
important level. Yeah,
yeah,
picking out from the area you're having the red dot by your left. If you should pull the level to the right, you kind of see that it gets into respect. Yeah. And if you look at it on the weekly time frame, I think it's looking like kind of multiple rejection, sort of like for a more downward movement. Like personally, that's the way I'm seeing it. Yes.
yeah,
So
yeah. At the moment, they will definitely have this level as well, which is also where price reacted here. This is a very higher time frame level. So yeah, there's definitely a potential to go lower. Definitely, also this level I didn't consider. But at the moment, just the current trend, it's not really that clear. It's the price action is not so clear to call out a trade. That's why I don't really see a trade. But yeah, on the higher time frames, price is definitely more bearish, more on the bearish side. On the lower time frames, uh, it's still like on the H1 and H4. It's still on the bullish side, but yeah, that's why I'm not really taking a trade because the higher time frames they are bearish, more bearish on the other hand, while the lower time frames are more bullish. So that's why I don't really want to trade when their situation is not that clear. Although if you want to look for a trade to go short, you could definitely be waiting for uh, another push to the downside, like another break or retest. Although, yeah, you can definitely look for a potential downtrend. Actually, it's already forming a downtrend here, but if it breaks this one more level, it's even better. Because price already formed this low, lower high, low, lower high, potentially a lower low. We'll see. It's just that it's not really in a uh, very clear trend at the moment.
oh,
So
okay,
yeah.
thank you. How about If you can go over to NZD USD.
Yeah, NZD USD. Yeah, I did analyze this one too. Um, so yeah, this one on the if we go from weekly to daily time frames and lower time frames, yeah, we can say that NZD USD on the weekly time frame is on a bearish side, where price is making lower lows and lower highs. If you go on the daily, we do have some resistance zones, which are this one here and this one here, where price could be retesting. So price after making this new low is making a pullback on the higher time frame scale, and it's now um, yeah, it's on a sort of pullback on it, but still in this scenario, just like on the DJPY, it's not so clear. It's more of a sideways scenario almost. Um, I will wait for something more clear to show up. Like you can see here, it's not really a clear trend. It's more on the bullish side because it's making new highs in some way, but it's still not really a trend I want to trade. It's a trend that's not so clear. It's not giving any signal, except maybe on the
Okay.
weekly, where we could be seeing a potential um, continuation lower, maybe. Or we could wait for price to retest this higher level, and that will be much more likely that price will continue lower after testing this zone. There's a chance that price will at least react from this area.
But looking at it from the daily time frame, um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can put the fib for a longs there, if it
In
would be in
here,
line, yeah, if it would be in line with the zone there, it's 61.8.
here,
Yeah, of course. If
yeah,
any potential pullback to the level can actually be a potential setup to go long or something.
yeah.
So
This
I
is
don't know if it lies with the fib, if the fib can confirm that level as an important level.
yeah. It's definitely yeah. This level is definitely interesting. It's not um It's not yeah, this is a good level to look for a trade to go long, as we have also a clean break on that zone. Although it's not really that much of a clear trend, but yeah, price either comes back here, drops, there's a high chance that price drops, rejects from this level, and then continues higher, and then from here we have the higher levels where price could reject and continue lower, or it could just from here price could just continue higher and then reject from this area. So as long as price didn't retest on this area, it's still a good potential trade to look for an entry below here on this key level. So
Oh,
yeah, this is a valid level. It's just that I don't really like the lower time frame situation on SDUSD. For more of a swing trade, let's say on more of the middle, um, that's something you can consider definitely as a level for trading. Yeah, it's also it will be also like getting a stop hunt below this low and this low. Um, yeah, that's a potential scenario where price does a fake out on this consolidation area, can do a fake out and then continue higher. That's also another way to potentially see this trade. Um, it's just that it's not something at the moment I'm really looking to trade, but I will say it's okay. It's better than the DJPY. The end, would be better than looking for the trade on the DJPY you mentioned before.
okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
Hello, Andre. Can you please go back to gold?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, on gold, my bias still stays bullish. Also, like fundamentally, um, in times of war, gold always tends to appreciate and reach higher prices. So my bias stays very bullish on gold, both fundamentally and technically. You can see technically where price is making new higher highs and new higher lows. Pull back and yeah, pull back on here, and potentially there's a high chance that price can continue higher on this whole momentum. If price continues higher, I do believe gold will make all-time highs very soon. So this is the all-time high, especially with tensions increasing. That's going to be very bullish on gold, being a safe haven asset, which always appreciates in times of uncertainty, like at the moment. So yeah, pretty much stay bullish on gold, and be careful if we have gaps or a very high volatility, because there's a high chance that it will happen on Monday or and market open on Sunday. So you want to be very careful in general.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, so that's pretty much all I wanted to cover on this weekly outlook. Yeah, as always, this is recorded, so it's going to be uploaded on YouTube. So if you want to rewatch, definitely looking for this UNZD long, as well as USDCHF short is very interesting. So I'm hoping to see not that big of gaps, which is a bit difficult, but if price doesn't do crazy stuff and if it doesn't do crazy gaps, I'll be looking for to enter this trade, this short on USDCHF. This is very high probability, the way I see it and the way I trade.
All
So
right, no problem. Thank you very much. I
you're
appreciate.
welcome. You're welcome, bro. So yeah,
Yeah, thank you very much.
you're welcome. So I'll talk to you guys the next weekly outlook on next actually, if not next Sunday, next Monday, like not this Monday, but next Monday, or even or on Friday. I'll let you know on Discord and Telegram. But yeah, I'll talk to you in basically the next weekly outlook very soon. Bye bye. Talk soon.